Nigeria is a very funny country where a president who was declared the winner of an election finds a way to put in molds within other political parties to help make those political parties unstable, chaotic, and force those other politicians from those other political parties to join his own political party for as bad as he has been for 2.5 years, and use judges and the electoral body in INEC to continue to destabilize the other political parties. But again, the key thing here is that the president always needs, on his political party, by the way, always need willing partners within the other political parties to help cause that chaos. Recently, Seyi Makinde said to Nigerians and told Nigerians how the FCT minister, Wike, who was alleged to have helped to have rigged the River State election in 2023 on behalf of Tinubu, promised Tinubu that he was going to destabilize the PDP just for Tinubu to win the 2027 election. During the 2023 election, after INEC had illegally declared Tinubu the winner of the election, even though that the ballots were still counting, after they've done a lot of manipulation and alteration of his electoral results, when Peter Obi went to the court, you had the likes of Arabambi, Lamidi Apapa fight vociferously to force that case, not that electoral lawsuit, not to happen. They caused mayhem at the court. You had Arabambi talked about how Peter Obi is trying to challenge an electoral result that's been declared by INEC, and then vociferously fought and called Peter Obi names. And that same set of people I've just mentioned, including Julius Abure, because reports during the early part of this year, 2025, came up as how Abure worked against the Labour Party, because until Peter Obi joined in 2023, the Labour Party used to be a special purpose vehicle where they used to buy and sell electoral votes. I use them as placeholders. Now, as we go into 2027, because come 2026 first, political parties will start to do their national conventions and state conventions and local government beats and all of those to choose the electoral officers and start to canvass and tell Nigerians their plans for the future. But what you realize is that those agents of destruction in other political parties that have been working on behalf of the current government and the president are now coming out of the woodworks. And here comes Abayomi Arabambi. This same guy who at one point in time fought against Abure and says Lamidi Apapa was the, rightful chairman after they passed their tenure, is the same person who has come on national TV again, as he's been given the limelight to keep talking, has come to say to Nigerians, Alex Oti, Peter Obi are suspended. That for them to even think about having a way to contest in 2027, they need to come and apologize to Julius Abure. They need to come and beg Julius Abure first, and then they will now consider them and they will think about whether or not they can let them run under the Labour Party platform. Concerning the fact that until Peter Obi joined in 2023, the Labour Party was a non-existing political party. It's just sat down there, collecting money from other political parties just to show vote for them and use people's placeholders just to run for elections. That's what they were for. Not because they had anything to offer, but Nigerians saw that with the Peter Obi's coming out as a way to run elections. And then we have people like Arabambi become dysfunctional tools within the Labour Party working on behalf of the APC. And that's where it's come up now. And that's what you're seeing right now. So, but these things don't happen in a vacuum. These things happen because for this chaos to happen within the political parties used by the APC and the current government, they need willing partners. They need the likes of Wike. They need the likes of Arabambi. They need the likes of Julius Abure and Lamidi Apapa to work for them. And you can see the same thing happen within the ADC and within the SDP as well. Because if there's one thing that Nigerians have come to realize about Tinubu is that he does not like competition. He will find a way to quash that competition. He will find a way. Listen, we're dealing with a fraudulent government that came into existence by fraud, that has no legitimacy and still seeking legitimacy, but again, has been a failure. It has been a failure, whether you're thinking about it in terms of security, safety for Nigerians, economic policy, monetary policy, regardless of whatever the policy you're thinking about. When you look at this Bola Tinubu's government, you know it is a failure. But yet, you have people who are defecting to the APC because they found a way to cause chaos within the AP, within their own political party, to force them to easily make them fast track their defection to the APC. Take Rivers State as a case in point. Take Wike as another case in point. A willing partner to make sure that the PDP is unstable so that his pledge to Bola Tinubu can be sustained. And that's the same thing you see with Abure, fighting within his own political party, as it's been alleged, collecting money from one person and another person to make sure that the political party is unstable, ensuring that the PDP and the Labour Party, the SDP, the ADC never survives, while the APC that has been a failure for 10 years and counting continue to exist within the political realm and continue to destroy Nigeria. Just as you've seen with the tax law, the fraudulent tax law, the alteration that they've made, or the bribing of lawmakers, the policies that they're putting in place and the force with which they're doing and carrying out their policies is what you're seeing. But again, we have judges who are willing partners to help cause confusion. Even the Supreme Court of Nigeria is a willing partner in this. Because when judgment gets to the Supreme Court, rather than giving something very clear, easy to understand by everyone, the Supreme Court makes it even more, chaotic. They pass judgment that no one can read a meaning to. You have to go back to them to give you a clear meaning of what it means, and they'll give you another confusion as well. The Supreme Court has been one of the biggest failure of our system. And every country that will fail, it starts with the judiciary. Because the judiciary is the one that is given to interpret laws. And when it gets to them, they misinterpret laws and cause confusion even much more. So I want you to watch this tape from Arabambi, what he said about OT Peter Obi. And then you realize that this is coming to full swing right now as we get into 2026, knowing the fact that they will accelerate the level of confusion that we've already seen to make sure that other political parties do not exist at all, to make sure that all the political parties are chaotic, unstable, just to give Bola Tinubu a free pass into 2027. And when you know that INEC works for the current government, what do you expect? You expect the same chaos, because INEC would not recognize either of the factions that are existing or fighting for jostling for positions. INEC would not recognize that. And what would happen eventually? They will nullify their votes. This is the polity of Nigeria at the moment. This is the kind of politics that is being played in Nigeria. Not one based on policies, but one based on defection. The politics played in Nigeria right now is not one based on principle, it's one based on fraud and fraudulent individuals who have found themselves in the position of power. This is the kind of Nigeria we're dealing with right now. And this is why I keep telling you, you cannot sit on the fence anymore, because your security is at stake, your children's education is at stake, healthcare is at stake, your schools are at stake, your basic amenities are at stake. You have to realize that this 2027 is a fight between Nigerians and the APC. It's a fight between Nigeria and Bola Tinubu. Because we have to wrestle government out of their hands, but we have to get the right people in place to take that power so that they can administer governance for Nigeria. So I want you to watch this, but don't forget to like, to share, subscribe, and also recommend this channel to others if you've not done so. We have to keep conversing and ensuring that Nigerians are aware of what the risk is if Tinubu comes back in 2027. I'll catch you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.
Is there still room for reconciliation in the Labour Party as we inch towards the 2027 elections? And what would reconciliation look like? Because they say a house divided cannot stand on its own. If the Labour Party is divided in terms of personalities, then how do you want Nigerians to believe that you know, this is the party that would offer them succor or do their bidding?
Is it unless all things start suspended, even as we speak, he has been suspended by NEC of our party. And whenever we are going to have a convention, you know, maybe anytime soon, probably because of that, you know, it will be expelled. It is not bigger than the party. For the reconciliation, a lot of reconciliation, re-engineering is going around for us, you know, to be able to perform better in 2020, you know, 7th general election. But not with characters, you know, like, you know, Governor Lalesoti, who has a sole aim of destroying, you know, the very platform that gave him life. I don't know where he could have been now. I think if he's not the governor, I don't know. I think he should be grateful to Julius Abure and Laji Faru, because there were people that are far more financially stable than him. They came, Julius Abure rejected the offer, and yet they gave it to him, you know, because of the promises he made. And that was why most of us are surprised. So we don't want to advise him. I think he need to seek forgiveness before God and now apologizes to Barrister Julius Abure. He needs to apologize to him that, my brother, I am very sorry, I erred, and then we can now consider that to err is human, to forgive is divine. But as it stands presently, the re-engineering is going on. We are preparing, you know, for 2027 election, whether Alesoti, you know, now chooses to go on a solo journey, we don't know, or whether he will want to just come and do restitution, political restitution in Labour Party. I think that will be better for him, because as far as we are concerned, if he continues in this trajectory, I'm afraid he won't have a platform to contest under Labour Party. He's not going to have that platform.